The saying, "the rich continue growing richer and the poor getting poorer," may be familiar to you. It's not just a saying though. It's unfortunate, but it's the reality. Some people will never succeed, despite the fact that millions of people are escaping poverty and even becoming millionaires. The combined wealth of America's 614 billionaires topped $3 trillion in 2020. The stimulus bill, which is meant to aid average citizens, really benefits billionaires. In the end, the majority of consumers use that money to either meet their fundamental necessities or buy some products on Amazon. I suppose Bezos was the stimulus bill's biggest beneficiary. Despite leaving his position as CEO of Amazon, he continues to be the company's largest individual shareholder. That is why today, here in Usable Wisdom, I will personally be sharing with you how to get out of poverty in 5 easy steps this year. So, if you want to start acquiring the wealth of your dreams, it would be amazing if you subscribed and hit the notification bell if you learned something from this video. Besides, it's free and you can unsubscribe at any time, but otherwise you'll always be the first to know about new money-making tips as we share them. It's a win-win, so how about we get going? First and foremost, realize that only you can help yourself. The government or your parents can be a great aid when you need it, but in practice, nobody truly cares about you except for yourself. Your parents undoubtedly desire for you to live a better life. They may not always be able to offer you that chance though. Additionally, it is highly improbable that they can offer you sound financial advice if you came from a disadvantaged background. If not, they would have escaped that predicament long ago. People who are having financial difficulties always point the finger at somebody else, especially the government that is meant to look out for them. We're not arguing that the government shouldn't look after you, but you'll have to wait a while if you depend on outside variables. You have to be absolutely aware with yourself that only you can help yourself as much as anyone else can. Making any significant change must begin with that. Second, don't take a job with a low salary. I have nothing against finding work. In fact, taking a low-paying job as a teenager is a great chance to educate yourself on the fundamentals of business and finance and develop money management skills. However, the majority of people fall into the trap of a low-paying job and never escape it. Every cent counts when you're growing up in poverty. Every dollar makes a difference. When you are young and have little needs and wants, a few $1,000s can satisfy all of your desires. You only need a decent roof over your heads, some nutritious meals, and the same technology that everyone else has. As a result, when you start working as a teenager, you have adequate money to support those demands. However, you'll have to forfeit the majority of your time in exchange. As a result, you find yourself in a situation where you are forced to spend a full day at a job that doesn't enable you to continuously raise your income. You become stuck in that profession, since it simultaneously meets some of your basic needs. Despite providing a little long-term value, a low-paying job might be immediately satisfying. You can soon earn enough money to purchase the newest iPhone, finance a car, and begin going out with friends. However, you won't have the luxury of leisure time to improve yourself and make your time more worthwhile in the long run. You must therefore learn to withhold gratification for yourself. Starting a workout routine is the greatest approach to do that. No one, regardless of their circumstances, will make any improvement after attending the gym just once, twice, or even for a whole month. After many months of going to the gym at least 3 or 4 times per week, real development is made. It can take a few years of consistent gym attendance to notice a noticeable difference. You will learn how to work hard for something you will obtain years later from that experience. Having a well-defined plan is number 3. You will remain in poverty for the rest of your life if you don't have a strategy for achieving financial independence. It doesn't matter how long it will take you to accomplish that goal. If you don't have a strategy, you should have the discipline to put money aside and invest it. Allow me to provide you with a hypothetical example. Consider that your annual spending is $50,000. You are wasting your time if you don't know how to generate a passive income of $50,000 a year. However, how does one go about doing this? We must purchase assets that produce income over time. Anything from stocks to bonds to real estate or a business that requires little management could qualify. For instance, a $200,000 home can be rented for $2,000 per month or $24,000 per year. Therefore, in order for you to achieve financial freedom, you must at the very least own 2 real estate properties that will provide $48,000 a year in rental revenue. There are countless different methods to go about doing it. This is merely one. You might, for instance, let your tenants pay your mortgage to generate a modest income flow from each property. Or you may think about investing in stocks, which you can anticipate a long-term return of 10%. Whatever the plan is, as long as it is implemented and has a good probability of success, it doesn't matter. It depends on whether you spend 10% or 90% of your income to get there. However, the typical response will be, "My income hardly covers the bills. How am I going to invest and save that much money?" Before we proceed, feel free to share your own experiences in pursuit of your financial freedom. And which among these ways did you find the most interesting? Once you're done, let's continue. Step number 4 is necessary for this reason. Make learning your main priority. If your yearly income is $50,000, you can't possibly envision yourself earning $200,000 or even $1 million because you're comparing it to your present salary. When assuming that you will work 12 hours a day, every day to reach 7 figures, you need to make at least $250 per hour if your current wage is $20. Additionally, it appears that no one will pay you that much for such a position. That doesn't mean there aren't other methods to make that much money though. Many people earn significantly more than that. The only issue is that you need to figure out how. You must thus educate your employees. However, you won't be able to achieve that if you devote all of your time to a low-paying profession. What should you do then? Either find extra time after working hours, or cutting back on spending and sacrificing certain things for yourself, so that you can work less to pay the bills and have more time to work on yourself. Purchase some books if you're just getting started. Check to see if you have any advantages. Find out how the newest technologies operate and establish a business there. The process won't take place immediately. Remember though, that you're in it for the long haul. Number 5, establish a tedious yet efficient routine. It's time to establish a habit once you've developed a sound strategy. Never mind going on adventures every day. Without a routine, you can't be productive. The life you see on Instagram is absurd, I assure you. Nearly nobody who earns actual money looks like that. A wealthy individual leads an extremely dull life. It is monotonous, but it works. Every day at the same time, you get up and go through the same routine once you make some considerable improvement over a long period of time, which may take years. Do you recall the gym example from earlier? Regular gym attendance and repetition of the same exercises will help you develop a great body. Yes, you occasionally use new equipment, but overall, your routine is very consistent. You work out your shoulders, biceps, chest, and back at least once every week. You begin to see the results of your efforts after 2 or 3 years of going to the gym 3 or 4 times a week at the very least. Hence, don't feel sorry when you browse through your Instagram feed because that is how everything in life works, even riches. Just concentrate on what you do well. We are not in control of our birth. Some of us have the good fortune to be born wealthy, while others don't. If you're born poor, it's not your fault. But as a wise man once said, it's not how you start that's important, but how you finish. But it's your decision if you want to live in poverty for the rest of your life. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something meaningful from this video. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button. Until next time, take care.